Hi everyone, it's Sam and Fifi back for another midweek musings. Hopefully we've got a slightly more upbeat one for you this week. The last couple we've been having a bit of a rough time, but this weekend has been better, hasn't it, Fee? I mean,
Hmm.
well, you had a little bit of a hiccup on Saturday, didn't you? But Sunday was amazing by the sounds of it and by the looks of it.
Yeah, it was great. So yeah, we it was quite a busy weekend. The protest in London was Saturday, which we couldn't end up getting to, unfortunately.
I know you got yourself all psyched up as well, didn't
I did, and then it just didn't happen. So that was a bit disappointing. Um, but Sunday we had a super stand in St Albans, so my original home stand, and it was just such a great day. It was just like a really good turnout as well. Sunny and Jam for Freedom were there, and yeah, it was just perfect. Really, it was a really high vibe day, and it was just yeah what I needed to really lift my spirits. And yeah, it was great. It was great. But you had a bit of a full on weekend, like a good one, didn't you, with your sister's wedding? How was that? The
you?
pictures looked amazing. It looked
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, it was brilliant. It was really brilliant. And obviously because it was, my sister's wedding, it was kind of I'd been gearing myself up that whatever mood I was in, that was going aside. It was, focusing on my sister and them getting married, and he's a lovely
Yeah.
bloke. And yeah, it was a really early start, like 4:30 in the morning. We got up and
Mm.
went to the venue, and I had all my hair and makeup done, and
Oh, you look
anyone who watches
great.
knows I don't do makeup or hair. It's kind of brush, leave, and face is my face. So yeah, they got me all dolled up, and yeah, it was really
Oh,
lovely. There
nice.
was loads of sort of friends and family that we haven't seen in like literally
Wow.
years. So yeah, it was a really nice day, and actually, I was in a really good mood. I think just leaving all that shit on the side and being like, no, it's not about you today. Was actually really refreshing. Obviously, the drinks were flowing, which
Of
which helped.
course. Yeah.
And yeah, no, I was busting my thing on the dance floor of
Of
the evening.
course.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, had a really good time. Got
Mm.
to. But yeah, no, it was really good.
Good.
And then Sunday we had breakfast. So I did miss my stand, which like I really missed
Oh,
my guys. I did. And
yeah.
obviously also missed the protest Saturday because I was at the wedding. So usually those weekends are like my favourite
Mm.
weekends because quite a lot of us go up from Basingstoke. We all get on the train together. We have this really
Yeah.
nice day together. We sometimes pop in the pub after the protest before we get home, and then we have the stand. So I did miss all my people, but it was a
Mm.
it was a different kind of sort of connection, like reconnecting with family and stuff. And yeah, it was really nice, really nice. So it's nice that we I think we both have had that little lift that we kind of needed, a reminder
Yeah.
that life is not all kind of doom and gloom and pressure and it is shit.
It's
For
not
want
all
of a
shit.
better word.
Well, I think it's easy to get kind of overly focused on yourself when you're going through all this stuff. But yeah, if you can kind of take the focus off yourself for a bit and just, like you were, it's like the lovely day, and so the focus is on that. And the same with the stand, all these lovely people and the sun shining and you're listening to the music. You're not actually having to really think about stuff and just taking your mind off it in that way. It yeah, it does just kind of lift you out, even if it's temporary. We need those little moments to remind us. So yeah, it was a good weekend. What else? What else?
Very good question.
No, I'm trying to think what we were going to talk about.
I dropped my daughter back off at school
Oh
today,
yeah, it's only
which
gone back a bit earlier then, because I think most around here anyway, back next week.
Yeah, my brother's lot are back next week, but
Mm,
yeah, my daughter's gone back today. But they're doing my son doesn't start, despite being in the same school. He doesn't start till Tuesday. But I've got
mm.
to say, I like when I dropped her off, I did just feel these tears rising,
Oh,
and it was more than just like first day back at school things. It was just
yeah.
like putting her back in the system. Like there's so much of me that just
Mm,
doesn't want her in there, especially in the UK anyway, we've got the new RSE, PHSE
yeah,
curriculums coming in, which for any parents that know anything about it is somewhat concerning, understatement.
yeah,
Um, but my daughter, she absolutely loves school.
yeah.
Like she loves it, and even if I had an alternative close by, which we don't really,
Mm,
unfortunately, um, and I'm not in a position where I can kind of do that homeschooling thing,
mm,
for a variety of reasons. But there was very much this just that it's
mm,
sort of mum guilt of
mm,
of being aware of what I'm putting her back into, and as I say, the options that we've got, and if I remove her from school, even if I had an option, she would be so deeply unhappy about it that actually it could potentially be worse for her
mm,
in terms of her kind of mental well-being. So it's kind of for weighing up that you
mm.
know
Yeah, I think.
but it was, yeah, I was a bit like, and it's going to be the same on Tuesday when I take my son in.
Mm,
It's just going to be like, what am I doing? I don't anymore. But what do you do?
well, it's
What do you
very
do?
difficult. I mean, I do think as time goes on, there are going to be more and more options. And maybe when she's a bit older, that might become a bit more appealing. You don't know, do you? I mean, I guess we've just got to see how it plays out. But the main thing is that you're aware. And so, it's one thing kids sent off and they're just absorbing all of this nonsense with nothing to kind of counteract it. Um, that's really worrying, because they are literally just being brainwashed and there's no one to kind of yeah, come to their aid, I suppose. So at least um, they've got you can set them straight on, on
Yes, I am.
stuff.
I'm doing what I can to teach her the things that school doesn't teach her. And in terms of the sort of RSE stuff, it's all so for anyone that doesn't know, it's a relationship and health education, and then you've got
Mm,
it incorporates the kind of sex children of my daughter's 6 don't really need to no. But actually, all most of what is being taught in school is actually stuff that we've talked about at home already. We have a really open relationship, and I do. My daughter's very, very inquisitive. She's very curious. She has constant questions and like really deep questions that you just kind of think, where
where
on
did that
earth did
come
that come
from?
from? How am I supposed to answer that? But literally, you name it, we've spoken about it, and I sort of give her as much as I can. We're all kind of just modeling through this, but as much as I can, an age appropriate answer that's actually quite honest and quite kind of and she's just like, oh, okay, and that's
Yeah,
enough for her, and
that's
that's
how it
fine.
should
So
be, shouldn't it? Up to the
stuff
parents.
that's
Yeah, it's I think that's the issue. I mean, aside from some of the very, very questionable stuff that they're actually, putting out there, which forget age appropriate. I mean, it's just appalling. But when it's if kids really young are asking those questions, then it should be up to the parents. to be answering that, or do taking the lead on it. I think that's the concern. I mean, we know what's behind all of this. We don't really want to go down that
No,
rabbit hole now, but it's very,
no.
very sinister.
It is. It
And
is.
I think, but there is a pushback. We are seeing, that's the hope really, is that a lot of parents are going to be outraged and complaining. Well, it's already happening. But I mean, really, what we would
See, I
hope is
don't
that
know.
no,
Well, I mean, obviously there are, we're aware of, parents who kind of see what's happening for what it is, and this bigger
mm,
agenda and this bigger kind of, push
mm,
this sexualization and grooming of children. But there's a lot of parents out there that, from what I can tell, seem to just be quite happy to just go, yeah, you can deal with
hand
that.
them over.
Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, you can deal with that.
Mm.
And it's, I don't know. And I saw, so obviously there's quite a big pushback going on in Wales. And there's a lady over
It's
there, I forget her
yeah,
name, apologies. But she was on, I saw a clip. I don't actually watch Loose Women, but there was a little clip of her.
mm,
She was talking, and there was this, debate about, what should be taught in schools and
mm,
whether it's parents' responsibility or schools' responsibility. And there was this kind of like, yeah, no, it's great that schools
mm.
are teaching this. And I was just sort of like, as I say, my daughter, I won't even say some of the conversations we've had, but that they are on topic
Yeah, but
at the
that's the thing, and
moment.
your child, what's appropriate for her as well. And I'm sure that the way it's delivered is entirely different to what we know is a calculated, manipulative way of embedding, implanting these seeds in these little kids' mind. I mean, we've heard stories of kids going home in pieces, traumatized as they've been taught about rape, and they're little children. They don't even understand. They don't know what the basics are yet, and neither should they. And they're hearing, I mean, it is,
Have you heard
it,
about the dice game that they've been playing in secondary school?
I don't know, and I don't know that I want to hear. Oh God. Do I want to hear this?
I don't know. If
Probably
if you're
not.
a parent of someone in year
Uh,
9, 10, or 11, I suggest you look up the dice game that's being taught to children. They basically have two
yeah.
dice. One names particular body parts, shall we say, and the other dice names acts. And what they're encouraged to do is roll these dice and come up with what they could do with this body part and this
Encouraged by
act, or
who?
the teacher.
This is
I mean,
within
I
the
don't know about you, but if I
classroom.
was a teacher, I'd be sitting there like just dying.
Well,
Just like, I
do you know what
can't.
but this is the issue, isn't it? It's that the teachers need to be saying, I'm not doing that. I'm not teaching this. That's the
Like, don't get me wrong.
problem.
I do think, that to some extent, when they get to that age in secondary school, I do think that actually the sex education program is quite insufficient, because
Oh
actually what they
yeah.
don't
It's
cover is the effects of all of that on your mental well-being, and
it's
all of
the
the social stuff.
emotional.
Like, they teach the, yeah. So don't get me wrong. I think there's a role there, of course. Like, because there are some
Yeah, of
parents that just
course.
don't want to touch that topic with a barge pole. But
My parents were like that. But yeah,
yeah,
there are
it seems
limits,
to have gone
aren't
completely
there?
the other way. They're now
Yeah,
over focused on all kinds of like fetish
it's
behavior that I just kind of
exactly
think,
no. Well, we can see, I mean, it's extremely calculated. It's just it's designed to degrade the relationships, the natural relationships between men and women, on the whole. I mean, then we can get into the whole other, different sexualities and stuff, but generally, it's eye-watering stuff that, I'm sorry, no.
Yeah.
Why are they being taught stuff that
I
actually
mean,
it's only
they're
been
saying, oh,
normalized?
yeah.
It's only been normalized through porn. These are not things that were even stuff that most people got up to before, but we've seen this. It's all porn has absolutely flooded the mainstream and been normalized. And on the whole, it's like it's stuff that, my God, people like 50 years ago would have. And it's not about being prudish or any
Well,
of
you
that
never know.
nonsense.
You never know what
People
people
get
do
up,
behind closed
I'm
doors.
sure, like people, but the fact that it's normalized, if this is what normal,
Everybody does.
it's just, well, we know there's an agenda. It's we know what it's about. But I would hope that even if parents aren't clued up enough to actually connect the dots yet, that they will still think, whoa, hang on a second, this is too
Yeah, I'd
much.
hope so. I mean, I think they're saying, the argument for it is something along the lines, with all the sexuality and gender identity and all of this, is it's all about, you know, accepting people for who they are, and stamping out this stigmatism and
Oh,
discrimination stuff. And I'm like,
like they
I'm
care.
all for that. Be who you are. Do
Yeah.
whatever makes you happy, as long as you're not hurting anyone. I'm happy for you. Like I don't have any
That's
kind of
where they get
judgment over
you.
people.
That's where
But
they
at the
get
same
you.
time, that's your life. I think all we need to do is, take people as you find them. Everybody's different. We all have different ways of living. Let's just embrace each other for who we are. And as long as you're a good person, you're not hurting anyone, it doesn't really matter. We don't need to know the ins and outs of everybody's life and what they're doing. We just need to be compassionate, accepting, kind human beings. Surely that is enough of a message for me.
Well, for a normal person, yes, it would be. But we're not living in
No, we're not. We're really,
normal.
really not, are
It's
we?
I mean, what it's all designed to create ever more division. I mean, how many bloody subcategories is it possible to have? Like, what? It's just ever more divided, divided, divided,
It's getting longer
divided.
than the alphabet
Oh, I
now.
mean, it's ridiculous. And also, it's the least interesting thing about a person. I really have no interest in what you want to carry on with, spend your time with, or doing. Hello.
Oh, my
Um,
son's back.
oh,
He does love to
one
be in a
more
video, my
day.
boy.
When is it? Oh no, school's next week.
He goes
Okay.
back Tuesday, so he's actually starting year R, and they're doing home visits. So we've got his teacher visiting our house this
Oh,
afternoon. So yeah, that's Thursday, Friday, and Monday. So he actually starts back on Tuesday. So hopefully the next time we do a video, I'll be able to do it uninterrupted.
oh, oh, we don't mind.
He has
Yes,
got such a gorgeous
exactly.
little face. I'm sure he'll bring a smile to everybody's face.
Yeah.
But we
Mm.
might have to park that topic. And
Yes.
then
Well, we've yeah, we've discussed that quite a bit. So yeah.
yeah, and we did say we were going to a more positive musings this week with our positive weekends
Well,
and good vibes and raising of
yes,
vibration and all that jazz.
that's true. Yeah.
You're going camping, aren't
I
you?
am. Yeah, we're off tomorrow. So my nephew's coming up, which will be really nice, and we're off to Wales. Yeah. And yeah, so be by the sea, and there's very little signal there, so I will have a nice break again from the internet, which yeah, I have really scaled back since Cornwall when I had that
Are
whole
you
week.
still sticking to your laptop only
I've
like
not, no,
schedule?
I've been a bit rubbish just because it's so much easier for certain things. With the fact, but I'm just not. picking up the phone. I just leave it in rooms and just sort of carry on. And I'm consciously not, you know, when I've got that urge to reach for, I'm like, no, you don't need to do that. So yeah, I'm not feeling that kind of like sucked into the internet world and being dragged down by it. I'm just feeling that my time's like being taken up by it. So
That's progress.
Yeah, I mean, I think I did have quite a realization. I mean, when, like I said at the time, when I came back, I didn't want to switch the thing on. I was like, oh, really did not want to switch that phone back on. But then, of course, you know, you get used to it. But I do still want to get rid of it. I am, yeah. I just want to be free. It's very liberating for me to just not. Yes, Jake agrees. He knows. Never get a phone.
For a long time before that happens.
Energy vampires. Yeah. Oh. So yeah, hopefully another good weekend up ahead. It's just nice to be out in nature, isn't it? So I'm looking forward to that.
It really is.
Being by the sea, getting the sea air.
I do love the sea.
Yeah, it's just cleansing, isn't it? So yeah, that's pretty much it, really.
There's something so.
Yes, I agree. I'm in full agreement.
Yeah, bad. I'm gonna miss him when he goes to school.
Yeah.
Miss him. It has been lovely actually, the 6 weeks. So it's been, I mean, obviously it's been a bit tough with my kind of journey of yeah. But it's been lovely having him at home, and I am gonna miss having my little babies around.
Oh.
I've now got a moustache.
Be nice to have a bit of time as well.
Yeah.
Your hair.
Just let Jake take over and do midweek
I think he
musings.
probably have more to say. To be honest, probably.
Track out.
Okay, you go try your track out, buddy. He's got an enormous train track he's built in the back garden.
Oh, sweet. Oh, little boys and their
Loves his
trains.
trains.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I think that's pretty. Is there anything else that
I don't know. We sort of came in without a plan, didn't we?
Yeah,
really,
which is
we
generally
sort of
what
just
happens.
Yeah, we're not the most.
NASA.
Yeah,
I think people have realised now, have worked out for themselves that
we're not a professional outlet.
There's very little in the way of organisation going on here, for the chats and stuff anyway. But
yeah, there's plenty of we're all going behind the scenes, but yeah, when it comes to our videos, we are sort of just a
bit of a natter,
just
isn't it?
hope for the best.
Yeah, that's my motto. All right, love.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think there's anything really.
Oh.
No, there's not a lot.
Righty then. Right, well, I thought I'd get on with packing for the weekend and sorting out. Oh, I told you about a mouse got into all our camping gear. So Andy was not happy. Well, neither of us were, but
No.
Bloody mouse! Like, it's just chewed through. It's destroyed our inflatable sofa, which we're hoping we'll be able to patch up. But
Puncture repair kit.
It just went to town, like, on the whole thing, and it's just chewed its way into anything, like just looking for food, I suppose. We can't find it now, it's not there, but no. The blow up bed's okay, that's the main thing. That wouldn't have been fun, like having to get out and find a new one. And anyway, so yeah, it's all go.
You enjoy your packing. I'm going to go and have a quick spruce up around my living room for our visit from our teacher, Jake's new teacher.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Try and make the house look a little bit more peaceful and not like the kids have gone to town over the last 6 weeks, chucking toys everywhere.
Oh dear. Well, I hope it goes well. And yeah, we'll catch up next week.
We shall.
All right. Well, yeah, lots of love to everyone. Hope you have a good rest of the week and the weekend. And yeah, we will.
Yeah, try and do something if you've been in the same place that Fifi and I have been in over the last few weeks of feeling a bit. Try and go and do something. Be somewhere that you can let go and get rid of it all for a little while. I think music is the answer, because we had music at the wedding and you had music at your super stand.
Yes, that's true.
And obviously we spoke to Campbell from Jam for Freedom last week about the importance of music and well-being and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I think try and give yourself a bit of a lift out of it, put it all aside for a day, and it seems to have done us a bit of good.
It has anything that it doesn't require any thought. It's just, it's just there.
Get lost in the music.
Music or being out in nature, or whatever it is. Give yourself that little break, permission to have a little break from it all. Enjoy.
Well, you have a lovely time camping, and I'll catch up with you when you get back.
All right, love.
Everyone else, wonderful week. Great stand at the weekend. I'm so looking forward to mine and seeing everybody again. Huge hugs.
Speak to you soon.